Good morning. So today is whole body Vinyasa Flow. Listen to your body, only do what feels good. And if you need to take a break, then do so. Take a rest in child's pose. So we will begin. Start on your hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders. Knees under hips. Toes just about at the back of the mat. Take a nice big in-breath. And as you exhale, bring your backside to your heels, walk your hands away, and let your forehead fall towards the mat. Allow your body to soften. Take time to arrive on the mat in this moment now. Notice your breath. As we go through the session today, if you can breathe through your nose, that's a bonus. It'll help to slow your breath down. Take 3 lovely long breaths. Inhaling through your nostrils, exhaling through your nostrils. And now walk your hands away. Spread your fingers. Really stretch them out. And then walk both hands over to the right side of the mat. So you might shuffle your right hand over first and take the left hand over and place your left hand on top of your right and then let your head fall again. And now slide your left hand over to the left side of the mat and just let the right hand rest on top. So you're reaching your right hip, your right glute as far away from the fingertips of your right hand as you can. Feel the length in the right side of your body. And now walk your hands back to the center. Walk them away from you, as far away as they'll go once again. Spread your fingers. Inhale, rise up onto your hands and knees. Keep your hands where they are. Reach your shoulders over your wrists. I'm going to lose my jumper now so you can see. And then bend your elbows towards you and allow your body to slowly melt down towards the floor. Forehead lightly touching the floor. Press your abdomen down, push the floor away. Inhale, reaching up again onto your hands and knees. Exhale, backside to heels. 2 more times. Inhale, ripple up so you move through cat pose. Bend your elbows and float down to the mat. So you're passing through high cobra and low cobra. Forehead to the mat. Press down with the abdomen. Press down with your hands. Reaching up. Exhale. 1 more time with your breath. Don't worry if you've forgotten when to breathe. Just make sure that you are breathing. Exhale, extended child's pose. Inhale, rise up onto your hands and knees once again. If you like a cushion under your knees, we'll be on them for a couple of minutes. You can bring your knees together,
Wrists under shoulders once again. Toes tucked under, extend your right leg. Squeeze your glutes together and level up your hips. So make sure your right hip's not higher than the left. Reach your left arm out and look at your right thumb. Lengthen your left arm away from your right heel as much as you can so you feel the length in your abdomen. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left elbow towards your belly button and your nose towards your knee. Inhale, lengthen, flex your right foot so the toes are dialed down to the mat. Exhale, contract. Do a few more, maybe about 3 in your own time. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to contract. We'll take one more, lengthen, and then drop your hand and your knee down. Take yourself into child's pose, this time with your arms behind you, your hands behind you. Make light fists and circle your wrists. Take it in both directions. And now slide your hands forward. Rise up onto your hands and knees once again. Toes tucked under, left leg out this time. So adjust your hips, dial them down so that your hips are level. Reach your right hand out and then look down at your left thumb. Inhale, lengthen. And then about 5 of these. Exhale to contract. Try and spread the weight evenly across your right knee and your left hand. Let's extend one more time. And then exhale, drop your hand and your knee. Walk your hands towards you just a little bit. You can relax your feet. And then turn your hands away from each other. So your fingertips are pressing away. And gently rock from side to side, just gently. And then turn your hands so that your fingertips are towards you. Now, if this feels too strong, you can bring your hands just a little bit closer and your knees a little bit closer so you counterbalance. No more than a right angles between your top of your hand and your forearm. And then one at a time, unpeel them. We'll turn this time, can turn the backs of the hands onto the mat. And once again, if you need to counterbalance by having your knees closer to your toes, then please do. It's important not to have all the weight at the join, the top of your hand to your wrist. So you've got some weight spread out across the knees, the feet, and the hands. Obviously, if this is causing you pain, it's not for you today. Okay, so we'll take your hands onto the floor. Knees under hips once again. Wrists under shoulders to begin. Lengthen your spine, tabletop position. Then walk your hands forward about a hand's length. Lift your knees and hover them off the mat. Squeeze your glutes, belly button to spine. And this is a good opportunity to move the cushion. Then lift your hips up to the sky and roll your heels towards the back of the mat. Press your fingertips, the knuckles of your hands and the heels of your hands into the mat, like a claw. And then if you want to walk on the spot, that's a lovely way to begin to lengthen the backs of your legs. See if you can do it really slowly so that you're noticing the whole of the toes peel onto the mat and off the whole of the foot.
Wonderful. Okay, heels still for just a moment. Press the floor away and roll your armpits towards each other, as though your armpits were trying to look at each other. And then you'll feel the strength in your back. Squeeze your glutes together, suck your belly button to your spine, make this a nice strong pose. Wonderful. Now, ripple forward into plank pose. High plank, hips and shoulders roughly even. Okay, feet together, if they're not already. Raise your right leg, and then bring your right knee to the outside of your right elbow and just tap it there. And send it back, and then bring it to the inside of your right elbow. And back. Now to the inside of your left knee, and back. Now you can hinge forward, and you can either drop down from here, or you can set your foot down and come down on your knees. So you really just adapt it to what feels right to you. Relax both feet. Tuck your elbows in towards your body and press them down to your waistline. Lean your abdomen, your lower abdomen into the mat, and lift your collarbones. Exhale, lower down. Press up onto your hands and knees and back into an extended child's pose. Rise up onto your hands and knees and then into downward dog. Feet are still together, raise the right leg. Still working the right leg. Bring it forward outside the right hand and drop your left knee. So if you feel you need a cushion under your knee for this part, please do. We'll take lizard pose. So relax that back foot. I like to rise onto my fists with my fingers facing towards each other. You have to adapt it to the length of your arms and your legs. So you might be better on block or on your fingertips. Reach your shoulders down as though you're trying to slide your shoulder blades all the way into your back pockets. Crown reaching forwards and up. Squeeze your right knee in towards your right arm. Then we can bring your left palm to the mat, flex your right foot like so, so that the toes are pointing towards you. Take your right hand, just gently press into the right thigh, open the hips slowly. So just so you can see what I'm doing there, so just opening it out. You can, if it feels okay, look back towards your back shoulder, or even see if you can take a peek at your back foot. Try not to lean too heavily onto the left arm. Spread your weight evenly between the lower left leg, the right foot, the left hand. Now we'll very slowly ease out of that. Take your time. Walk your right foot to the center, tuck your toes of your left foot under, lift your back knee, take yourself into high plank. Drop your knees, relax your feet, backside to heels. Inhale, rise up once again. We'll lower down, elbows towards your body, melt down to the floor. Forehead to the mat. Inhale, lift your collarbones. Exhale, press back. Inhale onto your hands and knees, tuck your toes under, lift your hips, and reach your heels to the back of the mat. Hinge forward or ripple forward into high plank. Lift the left leg and then tap your knee to the outside of your left elbow and bring it back. Tap it to the inside and back and to the right elbow and send it back. Now once again, either drop the left leg and lower down in a half plank, or we can lower down from here and take cobra. Elbows towards your waistline, collarbones lift and separate. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes under, rise up onto your hands and knees, and then downward facing dog. Feet together,
Raise your left leg and swing it forward outside the left hand. Drop your right knee. So lizard pose once again. Relax the back foot onto your fists. Reach your shoulders down and your crown forward and up. So now flex your left foot, toes curling in towards you. Lean into the right palm gently and open your left hip. Then look over your left shoulder towards your elbow, or see if you can see your right foot. Now notice the space between your ear and your shoulder. So if you're slightly dumping in, lengthen in the neck. And then gently return. Both hands to the mat, back foot, toes tucked under, lift up, high plank, downward facing dog. Now just make your way nice and slowly to the top of the mat, just mosey there. We're still early in the session. Big toes touching, knees bent, arms relaxed, forehead just gazing, or the eyes gazing towards your knees. Bend your knees a little deeper. Swing your arms behind you and rise up with a flat back. Inhale. Squeeze your glutes together. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale. Lengthen your torso, slight curve in your upper back. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, hands towards your center line, all the way down into a forward fold. Let's take gazing pose. Slide your hands up to just below your knees. Palms against your shins. Arms long, spine long and flat. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees. Send your right foot back. Drop the heel. Walk the left foot to the left. Press the outside edge of your back foot down and swing your arms up into warrior one. Draw your tail under, suck your belly button to your spine. Press your feet into the mat and try and reach or squeeze your feet towards each other. Now bring your hands behind you and lace your fingers together. Lengthen them, reach your knuckles towards your back knee. Lift your chin slightly. Keep pressing into the back foot as you take your hips backwards and hinge forward until your torso is level or parallel rather with the floor. Then press your knuckles up to the sky, straighten your arms and take your gaze to your back knee. Make sure you're not leaning on your left thigh, so your torso is carrying its own weight. Make sure both feet are pressing evenly into the mat. Bring your hands back down to your tail, press both feet. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, drop your hands down. Walk your left foot slightly more to the center so you can put your left hand under your shoulder. Hop on the back foot. Take yourself into a high plank. Now at this point you can raise the left leg. And once again, either lower down from here or now lower it down all the way to the mat. This time we will take an upward dog if your back's happy. If it's not happy, you can switch that for us. This is a Sphinx pose. It's more gentle. An upward dog. You draw your hands back ever so slightly from under your shoulders. Elbows in, reach them down again. Press your abdomen down. Slowly lift your crown and then press the floor away. So there's a soft curve in the back. It's not an L shape. Keep lengthening your arms. And we'll drop the knees and we'll all meet in extended child's pose, where I can catch my breath. Inhale, rise up onto your hands and knees, tuck your toes under, hips to the sky, hand back. Then walk to the top of the mat once again. Bend your knees, swing your arms all the way up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, hands to your heart. So there's half a round. We'll do that again. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forwards. Take gazing pose. You slide your hands up to just below your knees. Straighten your legs, arms straight. Lengthen your spine. Now, if you have a tendency to dip in the lower back here, and you might feel that already, or you might explore what happens if you slightly tuck your tail under to level out your lower back. Reach your crown away from your tail, squeeze your glutes together. And then exhale, fold forward, bend your knees. Take a big step back, left foot. Drop the heel down. Walk the right foot to the right. You want to make sure that your left foot's feeling nice and firm as you swing your arms up. Once again, tail under crown, belly button to spine, and squeeze your heels towards each other. Now take your hands behind you, interlace, and then redo that because you probably just did your habit. So you lace them again so that the other finger's in front. Reach them towards your back knees, your back leg. Lift your chin, open your chest. And keep pressing into the back foot. Start to take your hips backwards, but keep the bend in your front knee. Chest parallel with the floor. Press your knuckles up to the ceiling. Straighten your arms as much as you can. Look towards your back knee. Make sure you're not collapsing into your right leg. The way to do that is to keep pressing into the back foot and use the strength in your right leg. So you squeeze your glutes. To come out, bring your hands back towards your tail. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, drop your hands. Possibly walk your right foot to the right, to the center slightly. Just hop on that back foot, take it to the center. And we can take the right foot back. And then, if it's all right with you, straight up. And you choose either lower straight down from here or drop that back, that raised foot. Slide your hands back. Inhale, rise up. And we'll all meet in downward dog. Knees to the mat, hips to the sky. Walk your feet towards the top of the mat. Bend your knees. Swing your arms all the way up. Hands to your heart. Okay, this is a good point for a sip of water. So I've walked you through the flow. Now we're going to flow, which means one breath, one movement. If it starts to feel too quick for you, slow it down, take it at your pace. Bring your hands to your heart, big toes touching, long spine. Take a moment before we begin, just notice your heart rate. Okay, nice big in-breath, lengthen your front body. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to gazing pose. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, right foot back, drop the heel. Exhale, walk the left foot to the left. Inhale, swing your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your tail, interlace your fingers. Inhale, lengthen your arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, squeeze your knuckles up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands back down to your tail. In breath, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Hop your back foot to the center line. Inhale, raise your left leg. Exhale, lower down. Slide your hands back. Inhale, rise up, upward facing dog. Drop your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat. Walk your feet all the way up. Bend your knees. Swing up, inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. And again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to gazing pose. Exhale, fold. Take a big step back, left foot. Inhale, swing your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands back down to your tail. Interlace your hands. On your next out breath, fold forward. Inhale, squeeze your knuckles up to the sky. Exhale, drop your hands back down to your tail. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, drop your hands. Hop your back leg to the center. And inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, lower down. Slide your hands back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Drop your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then walk to the top of the mat. It is Sunday after all. No need to overdo it. Bend your knees. Swing your arms. Come all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a moment. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, take a big step back, right foot, but don't drop the heel. We'll go to a high lunge. Walk your left foot to the left. Swing your arms up to the sky. Maybe take a slight bend in the back knee. Reach your back heel backwards. Draw your tail under your spine. Now at this point, if this is feeling like a challenge, you can drop your back knee. We're going to take a twist. So you bring your hands to your heart. Today, we'll take your thumbs to your left armpit and drop your right elbow outside the left knee. That's what you're headed for. So some of you might find that you can only go inside the knee. Just do what feels available. Now I'd like you to press that top hand. So you might make a fist or you might keep your hands flat. Just press that top hand down to open your upper body. Look towards your elbow or your shoulder. For some of you, if it's available, you might post your right hand underneath and take the bind. So come out of the pose very slowly. Reach your hands back down towards the floor. Take yourself into a high plank. I'd like you to swivel so that the outside edge of your right foot and the sole of your left foot find the mat and your right hand is flat on the mat. You can take your left hand up to the sky. If this feels strong, you can slide your left foot forward to take more weight. If you like it stronger, you stack your feet. What's important though is that you lift your hips. Now we'll slowly bring the left hand down and swivel back. We'll take a full vinyasa, the chaturanga dandasana, a four-limb staff. You can dodge this bit if you're feeling tired. Otherwise, bend your elbows until your shoulders are level with your elbows. Then push forward and rise up. Roll over or tuck over your toes and come back to downward facing dog. Now, if you like, you can walk to the top of the mat or you can hop. Bend your knees, swing your arms, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. So we'll repeat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forwards. Take a big step back with your left foot this time for a high lunge. You might even walk your right foot slightly to the right. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Slight bend to the back knee. Reach your back heel backwards. Tail under crown. Now once again, if you'd like to take it more gently, you can drop your back knee. Otherwise, just stay as you are. Bring your hands to your heart. And then take your thumbs to your armpit. Turn to the right and drop your elbow, if you can, outside the knee. You want your armpit to get as close to the knee as you can. Then use your top hand, make a fist if you like, to open out. And once again, if you've got the space in your body, you can take this into a bind. Now very slowly unravel, both hands to the mat. Hop your back foot to the center. Right foot comes to meet it, and then swivel onto the outside edge of your left foot. Sole of the right foot on the mat. Feel free to slide the right foot forward or stack your feet. Take your right hand up to the sky. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. Now drop that hand. Chaturanga Dandasana if you wish, into your upward facing dog, or skip it, or take a version of it. Make your way into downward facing dog. And then walk, step, or hop to the top. Bend your knees. Swing up with a nice flat back. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now, what session would be complete without a one-legged balance? So let's take a moment with Warrior 3. Hands to your hips, big toes touching. Lengthen your spine. Step your right foot back. And then begin to hinge at your left hip as far as is comfortable, crown and heel moving at the same speed. So just take care, bending forwards and having your back leg off the mat is not the option. The idea is to keep a long line from crown to heel. So your torso doesn't have to be parallel to the floor. When you've got to your space, take your arms alongside your body and feel the length. Folds at the hip. Take a big step back with your right foot. Just land it roughly near the center. We can chaturanga here. This is for whole body, so we'll take the strength. If you like, send your left foot back, point the toe. We can chaturanga and swoop up from here. So lower down, push forward, swoop up. Exhale, we'll meet in downward dog. Always feel free to skip those vinyasas if you want. Look at the top of the mat if you're jumping. Otherwise, mosey your way there. Bend your knees and swing all the way up on your in-breath. Exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, other side. Hands to your hips, long spine, big toes touching. Left foot back this time. Begin to hinge. Arms alongside your body, hips as even as you can make them, so aiming not to open your hips. Now bend the front knee, bring your hands to the floor. Hop your left foot back as far as it'll go and to the center line, onto your palms. Send your right leg back and raise it. Then onto your toes, chaturanga, swoop forward and up. And so to downward facing dog from there. Brilliant. Now, we're going to end up sitting on the mat, so I'm going to attempt to jump to sit. I invite you to join me. I'll probably crash onto my bum, but it's really good to play with your practice and to trust yourself. So I'll do it first and you can do it after, or you can do it with me. Bend your knees. We're going to cross our ankles and come to sitting on our bums. And then swoop your legs forward. Ideally, they just swish through, or glamorous like. I'll work on that for you. Flex your feet. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Drop your hands to the mat wherever they reach. So if you begin to arch your back, I'd like you to come back up and lengthen. So the idea is to try and sandwich your body. Look either towards your big toes, towards your ankles, or wherever your gaze naturally falls with a straight spine. Okay, start to ease out now. And as you're reaching forward, roll back. All the way down onto the mat. Make sure you're on the mat. Bring your knees towards your chest. Hands to your knees and draw a lovely big circle in the sky. Change the direction. And then let your feet fall to the mat. Knees bent. Hands underneath your head, just clasping together there to support the back of your head. And keeping your feet stacked, let your knees gently rock from side to side. Now, if you've got any reason why you need to not be deep twisting today, probably should have said that earlier, but you've been listening to your body. So deep twists are great if they don't hurt. If they hurt, then you don't be doing the deep twists. Okay. Let's walk the soles of your feet together, heels as close to your body as you can. Let your hips open and let your arms just be wherever they feel good, either like a sleeping baby just above you or by your sides or wherever you want on your abdomen. And now slowly bring your hands back towards your thighs so that you can help your legs up and stretch them out one at a time. And let your legs relax. Make sure your back feels supported for a couple of minutes of Shavasana. So if there's any ache in your back, or if there's a big space between your back and the floor, you can bend your knees and lift your tail up, point your tail towards your heels, and then lower down. So that helps to flatten your spine. Now you can either stay with your knees bent, or you can straighten your legs out once again. Just see what feels best. And then rest your hands either by your sides, palms up, or on your abdomen, or just find the way that feels most restful for you. Bring your awareness to your feet and let them soften. Notice your lower legs, your knees, and your thighs, and let them relax. Allow your hips to be soft. Notice your groin and your abdomen. Allow your body to sink into the mat, noticing lower back, middle of the back, and top of the back. Torso soft. Shoulders relaxed, arms heavy and limp, hands relaxed. Notice your throat. Soften the muscles of your face. See if you can relax your scalp and the back of your neck. Let the whole of your body relax. You could say to yourself, all is well in my world. And now take an energizing breath and a big stretch to wake your body. Then just relax, release, roll over onto one side. Open your eyes and help yourself up to a comfortable seat. You can bring your hands together at your heart or one hand on top of the other. Close your eyes, drop your chin. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Really appreciate you being with me today, and this video will be uploaded so you can watch it and use it as many times as you want. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Oops. The awkward bit while I sign off.